So let's move away from talking about independent events and look at dependent events, which if independent events were Mr. Anderson as a baby, or as a teenager, dependent events are Mr. Anderson as a baby when he was completely dependent on other people for his needs, such as making a mess in his diaper, or he's hungry, needs something to eat. He is dependent on other people to meet those needs. So other people would affect him. One event would affect the outcome of another. So let's look at an example of how this works. It says Carlita wants to take 6 different classes next year. Assuming that each class is offered each period, how many different schedules could she have? What they didn't mention was that Carlita was a witch and she goes to Hogwarts. So her class choices are Defense Against the Dark Arts, Herbology, Potions is one, Divinations, Monsters, Magical Monsters, and how about Quidditch? She could take Quidditch as a Phi-Ed course at Hogwarts. Now, for her first period class of the day, there are still 6 choices. All 6 of them are available to her. So she pick at random and she says, well, I just woke up early, I need some coffee, so I better make it in Potions class. So there were 6 available to her. She chose Potions. Now I'm going to say which one she's choosing just to kind of show why we are getting rid of them, but we're just saying that these are the total possible ones that she could choose. She could have chose any of them, but there were 6 available for her to choose. After she has chosen her first class, now looking at her second class, looks like there are now only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possible for her to choose. So after she had her morning coffee, she wants to wake up and smell the roses in herbology. Now, after choosing her second course, looks like there are only at this point 1, 2, 3, 4 available for her third period. She had her morning coffee, she smelled the roses, now she wants to go out and take care of a hippogriff or whatever they're called at Monsters class. So she has now chosen her first 3 classes and she wants to look at her 4th period class. Now in 4th period class there are 1, 2, 3 left to choose from. So there are 3 possibilities here. And so she just hung out with some monsters. She wants to learn how to defend herself against other things too. So she takes her Defense Against the Dark Arts class. Now, after taking 4 classes, she's looking at her 5th period, and it looks like there are only Divinations and Quidditch left to take. Now, after Defense Against the Dark Arts, she wants to be able to know what's coming ahead of time, so she takes Divination. There were 2 possible, and she chose 1. Now, after she's chosen all other possibilities, there's only 1 class left to take. So in this 6th period, there's only 1 possible outcome left. Before, we would have said that there were 6 possible here, 6 classes here, 6 classes here, 6 classes here, 6 and 6. So we would have to multiply them all together. In this, so this would be 6 to the 6th power. In this case, this is a dependent event. Whatever you chose for your first period class now affects all the other periods. And similarly, whatever you chose for your third period class affects the ones after it as well. So in this case, instead of doing 6 times 6 times 6 all the way down, that is not true. We do 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which instead of saying 6 to the 6, we can say is 6 factorial. Again, anytime you see that factorial, that exclamation sign, that just means multiplied by every number beneath it. So 3 factorial would be the same as saying 3 times 2 times 1, which equals 6. And 5 factorial then would be the same as 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So in this case, we would say then that it is 120. So then, if we are looking at 6 factorial as how many possible combinations, 6 factorial actually equals 720. So there are 720 possible school schedules Carlita could have for this year at Hogwarts. Now that's all we have for 12.1. Make sure you're asking some questions, otherwise stay golden.